Well, we have already had our fair selection of local boys on stage 2 today. Dom Taylor this afternoon lost in pretty heartbreaking fashion to Andrew Gilding despite missing numerous match starts. We have seen Ryan Searle safely book his place in round 2 at the expense of Darren Beveridge. Gary Anderson by birthplace is not a local boy, but he hails from just up the road in Burnham-on-Sea. The southwest is his place in the UK. And as a result, he has got plenty of support here in the very enthusiastic Stage 2 at Reds Bar crowd. He has played in this tournament for a long time now, winning it back in 2014 at the expense of his old pal Adrian Lewis. Now, one of the prevailing narratives around Gary Anderson these days is that he only produces his best stuff in the floor tournaments. He has been excellent. He was 4th highest in terms of running averages for the year. Can he bring that back to the stage and claim another major to add to his glittering CV? To do that, he's going to have to take on Mario Vandenbogaerde, who's playing here for the 3rd time. And he has a perfect 2 from 2 record at winning his opening round match. A difficult player to play. He is quite methodical. He did reach a final against Ryan Searle not too long ago. 60. And he could be a tricky customer for Gary to face up against. But we know if Gary plays his A game, there are very few players in world darts who can win.
Well, my eyes first went to the darts that Gary's using. They're the same construct, but they've got a new coating. He's gone stealth for this event. All black.
100.
Watch out. He likes this stage. He won the UK Open on this stage against Corey Cadby. Well, well, well. This is how you start a campaign. Is there a word on his flight? Looks like the word wrath, which is a deadly sin. So is greed. But for all of our sakes, Gary, get greedy.
We could be seeing a magic number, number 9. And everyone's disappointed by that 7th dart. But what a beginning for Gary Anderson. Even Mario Vandenbogaerde was able to raise a smile.
I think he likes these new darts, don't you? Hard to believe it's almost 8 years since 60. He won the UK Open on this stage. 41. It's 11 years since he won this tournament. As he won the first leg.
25.
Well, he hasn't won it in 12.
But he could win it in 13, 14 or 15 with Vandenbogaerde only on 196.
Gary
the early signs 60. Are not good for Super Mario.
Double 2.
14.
Oh, this is an old school Gary Anderson 96. Leg, isn't it? Scored like a train, can't hit a double.
Oh, and Mario could pinch this. Gary Anderson pacing up and down, and Mario has taken it. And that is pickpocketry of the highest degree.
Seriously, that's like ordering caviar on toast and all of a sudden there's a beetle that's going to get it before you. That was thievery. Now, let's get the subject changed before we see any more legs like that.
140.
I want to go back to 2014 when Gary won this tournament. Well, honestly, when was the last time that someone talked about how well Gary played in that event?
100.
This is the 2014 players before he would become world champion for the first time. He beat Christian Kist in the first round as the #1 seed, averaging 110, 6 legs to 5. Next round, beat Bunting, 10-5, 103 average. 105 against Taylor in the quarters,
60.
103 against Vandenbogaerde in the semis, and 101 against Lewis. He did not average under 101 in that whole tournament. Why is that not spoken about more?
No wonder he won the Worlds a month later.
That was one of the last times before it was extended to 64 players. But even if it was 64, he was still winning it.
$60. Gary Ricardo, 160.
I almost don't want to say that he's got a little bit of space here. Double top.
Game.
That's more like it.
Second leg. Gary Anderson. Third leg, it's Mario.
I detect that he slowed down a little bit before that double top, just trying to make sure that he felt comfortable on the shot.
Possibly as a settler, and he will feel settled now. He's got his first leg on the board. It should be 2, but he has to put the first leg behind him. Mario will have other ideas.
Yeah, ideas of doing that again to set up a 9-darter. I think people in the audience are really enjoying this contest. Keep hitting 180s the way they are. The audience 60. Are going to get sore shoulders from lifting signs up. I think he's also, and it might be
58.
Wrong of me to say this, it looks like a slightly longer stem than usual. But then again, it might be this stealth gunmetal black that makes it look a bit bigger than it actually is.
100.
Obviously, what he's trying to do to peak for the Worlds and this is use a piece of equipment that gives him scoring ability.
99. Mario
Because it definitely looks like a bigger flight. We'll get on to Mario in a second because that is a man with a lot on his
26.
mind.
Gary Ricardo, 164.
Like his new dart shirt, by the way, it's very Belgian. This is looking good.
139.
Not quite good enough. And Vandenbogaerde might be starting on the ball. Might. Of course he will.
$25 scored, so treble 20 would leave the bullseye. Not too sure how helpful that first start will have been.
25.
Double 8.
Game shot on the third leg.
Chances not missed this time. And Gary Anderson goes 2-1 up.
He's put a lot behind him, hasn't he? That first leg, all the missed starts at double. The thing is, he might not miss another one after. But Mario is Mario on the bubble right now, isn't he, Dan?
Yeah, the projected rankings at the end of the World Championship put him at 64. Now, people would look at that and think, oh, wow, that's very close to losing your tour card. He does have the luxury of being just under £9,000 ahead of 65,
89.
Which is the Canadian Matt Campbell. However, the money at the World Championship this year is so vast, it only takes one of those players beneath him to win 1 or 2 games, and Mario's back at Q School.
60.
And Mario could be in danger then of becoming a perennial Q School yo-yo. He's done it twice, and he's passed it twice with flying colours. Doesn't want to make 99. It thrice.
Yeah, he wants to break out of that mould of being in the 60s. With darts like that, he might go far. He's had a really good floor season. In fact, if you look at how he qualified for the World Championship, he was very high up the list. One of the highest qualifiers, in fact.
128. Mario Ricardo, 124.
Can he equalise via a bullseye? We're about to find out. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Mario Vandenbogaerde.
This is an old school battle. They've been playing each other for more than 20 years, these guys.
Incredible that the first meeting was back in the 2004 World Masters. Gary won that 3-0. These are two of the elder statesmen on the PDC Pro Tour these days.
Hands up, everyone. Who's played Gary Anderson before he won his his first big stage title, which was around 2007?
136.
Mario can do that.
That was so long ago that Gary might have been the dream boy still. When did that nickname get handed over to him?
Do you know what? There was one before that as well. I've brought it up a couple of times and you'll hate me for mentioning it, but
100.
There was a time when they called him Smiler. Then he had the Dream Boy and then he got the Flying Scotsman. So 2004 was around about the time where the Dream Boy was... It would depend on the release of a dart around that time which had the nickname on it. I'd have to do a bit of digging, but it's close.
59.
But he hated Dream Boy and he hated Smiler and he doesn't mind the Flying Scotsman because it's his brand now, isn't it?
46.
I don't think he likes this performance. It's a bit up and down. When it's been up, it's been perfect. When it's been down, it's been a bit ragged.
100.
So he'll already make peace with the fact that he's going to have to go through Mario the hard way. He's not going to dominate him.
139. Mario requires
this time last year, Mario beat Stephen Bunting at this stage of the competition. The number 2 seed Bunting, a very informed Bunting. Mario is one of many ranked in the 60s there or thereabouts in the PDC who has got levels. It's about showing them on a regular basis. Gary's had levels all his life.
60.
But unfortunately, he's not showing his best today.
If he's missing slightly low. Big dot for Mario to take the lead.
16.
He's not able to find it.
Required 20.
Plenty of support. Plenty of joy in double 10.
Gary Anderson. 6th leg, it's Gary to throw first.
There was a big positive aura around Gary when he took the stage before leg 1.
Game on.
Almost feels like he's in hard work mode right now. It was a break of throw.
$97.
Always look likely to be close because Gary Anderson's last 4 games in this tournament have all ended 6-5.
Yeah, that one against Mikkel last year. That was a big upset because Gary was number 6 seed. Mikkel was 59.
$140.
Well, this is a bit of a pointless answer, this one. If you look at his Players' Championship Finals career...
100.
If you go back to 2011, the year that he lost to Kevin Painter, that was the year that Kevin won.
55.
Gary Anderson has only won 1 game in his PCF career by 6 legs to 0. And it was against Michael Van Gerwen.
180.
Albeit that was before MVG popped. And Anderson averaged 106.
96.
That was 14 years ago.
161.
Right now, we're staring at possible 3-3. And just like that, it could be 4-2 instead.
60. Gary require 113.
Treble 19.
53. Mario require
No doubt at double.
101.
101 for Mario Vandenbogaerde.
Open the trapdoor for 101. Never really threatened it.
45.
If Gary could
60.
dream up a single, it would be left of centre. That'll do.
Game shot.
And he gets the double 10 once again. It is 4-2 to Gary. It's not a vintage performance,
Gets Mario to throw first.
but if he's working his way up to something, it's good enough for him. It's better than Mario, and that's all he needs to be right now.
$60.
Gonna stick you on the spot, Dan. Does Gary get a third world title?
Prove me wrong, Gary,
91.
but I don't think so.
I've said for years that I would love to see Peter Wright versus Gary Anderson in a final at Ali Pali to determine who's the first Scottish player to get 3 world titles. That would be a dream match. Hasn't won the World Championship since 2016 when he beat Lewis.
83.
Lost in a couple of finals since then to Van Gerwen and to Price. That's turned what could have been a horror visit into a very good one. Sign of a very seasoned player.
60.
One thing I do get the impression from with Gary is that in terms of raw success, he's not winning what he used to win in terms of big TV titles. It feels as though he's enjoying playing darts more than he has done for a long
85.
time. He's content with it. He likes his practice partner, Ryan Searle. He's got his table of friends that he sits with at Pro Tours, for example. He loves playing the floor events. So he's content.
I think he's very close to content.
Mario require 146.
It's more to do with the people he's around as opposed to what he does. Is the Scotsman about to go 5-2 up? Mario's done all he can, but he can't stop Anderson from getting to the bull of double 18. The bull it is. The bull he gets. Lots of legs in this contest where he's been ruthless at the end. Somewhat disturbed by the fact that he was anything but ruthless in the first leg of the contest, but it hasn't spoiled it.
43.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Gary, it's as to whether he enjoys playing darts. He'd have to answer that question.
97.
But I think the people he's around on the tour these days make it more enjoyable for him. The likes of Darren Beveridge and Ryan Searle. And
93.
if he didn't have those guys to hang out with, I'm not sure he'd be doing it. Because I think he's at the stage of his life where he's so financially independent and has such a great personal life that if he didn't enjoy it, he wouldn't. Because he can do whatever he wants.
I mean, a telltale sign in the last few years has been his readiness to attend European Tour events. He was off that circuit for a long, long time.
137.
And yes, he still picks and chooses. He does what he can to get to the European Championship, but he's ready and willing to travel.
Oh, I think he likes to stick it to the media every now and again. I'll do what I want. And just when you think I'm not going to go to the European Tour, I'm going to go back. And then I'm not going to go. He likes to play games with people. He's a competitive person. He's a great mental tactician.
100.
And he's a lot more astute than people give him credit for. And he would never like anybody to know how astute he is. It's that word stealth again. And somewhat stealthily,
100.
he's on a match opportunity.
128.
It started with 6 perfect darts. It's been a good, solid performance from Gary, but it's not quite done yet.
123.
Yeah, it's not done yet, but it might be if Mario misses 54. But he doesn't. That's meaty. His bullseye is not.
Gary require 50.
Hit the bullseye once already. But that might be his last attempt, because Gary Anderson does hit dots